Hey guys, Zebrix here, back with another video, and today I have yet another Stranger Things MOC to show you guys, and this one is Murray's Hideout from the 3rd season. But before I get any further into the video, I do want to mention that it is in collaboration with two other amazing builders, Zebrix and Epic Pig, and I do suggest you go check them out, link in the description. But anyway, let's get into the video. So for the actual minifigures, you have Murray, who's the actual inhabitant of the hideout, and I basically made him without hair because he's actually bald, and I used the Sirius black face piece, and he's actually holding a shotgun. And then you have Joyce, and I used the Joyce from the actual Stranger Things set. You have Alexei, the crazy Russian scientist, who I just made by using the Han Solo torso and by using the Harry Potter hairpiece. And then lastly you have Hopper, which I actually got from minifigs.me, a great website to purchase your own custom minifigs, and I really like the way Hopper turned out, even though I didn't make him myself. But then you also have the Toddfather, which is an essential part for this MOC because it is actually the car that they steal. It's a very iconic car in the 3rd season. And as you guys may know, I'm pretty bad at building cars. I never build cars, but I took a shot at it and I think it actually turned out pretty good. I made it pretty accurate. It has the right colors. It's a bit big, but overall I'm really proud considering it's my first car. So now let's get into the actual exterior of the MOC. So the MOC is built on a freeform base, meaning that it has no shape or size. I mean specifically, and you can see that on one side I actually used the snot technique to make the MOC look like it just got pulled out of the ground by using a bunch of different slopes that you'd usually see in a mountain, but I tried experimenting with this technique. And on the front you can also see that there's some terrain building up to the actual platform, you can say, and then you also have a lot of moss and a few stones just scattered around. And on the back you have a few wooden crates, one of them containing a broken washing machine, and you also have a pine tree and another kind of tree that I did use in my previous MOC, the Hawkins Police Station MOC. And then you also have a bunch of other terrainy stuff, and you have a fence surrounding the whole thing because that's how it actually is in the show. And then you actually have the Toddfather parked in front of the actual house, and the house I built in two parts. It is L-shaped. One part has a taller sloping roof, which I built sloped obviously, and I made it light gray, and you have a bunch of dead plants on it to give it more texture. And then the other part of the house I built in dark gray and black, and the roof just has a bunch of AC units, a few radars, and obviously the American flag. And the walls do have a few windows covered up by newspapers, and again a few vines. And then you do have the front door that leads you into the house, and I did make it say "keep out" because that's how it actually is in the show. And you also have a little control panel where you can ring the doorbell, and you have the camera that Murray tells the people to look into when they arrive at his house. So as you enter through the front door of the hideout, you'd find yourself in this small little corridor that eventually leads you to the living room. You go through these classic yellow doors that are actually a reference to the show because the real house has those, and you find yourself in the living room where you have two couches facing each other with a little armchair and a coffee table in the middle. And on the opposite side you have the wall of TVs, quote unquote, which is also in the show. And it's not actually a wall of TVs. I included a radio, a filming device, and a television. And there's also the door to the guest bedroom next to that. And in the guest bedroom it's very simple. It's tiled with brown tiles, and it has a bed, a bookshelf, and this small little armchair. And then next to the living room, you also have this very small kitchen with a few cabinets, this nice counter area, a sink, an oven, a stove, and a fridge. And then as you go through this back corridor, you can go to the bathroom, which is very simple. It's completely tiled white, and it just has a toilet and just a very small sink. And then if you go back to the entrance, to your right, you have the door to Murray's bedroom, and you have a king-size bed with a small bedside table with a lamp on it, and you also have this bookshelf and an armchair. And then the last room is the office, which is actually accessible through a sliding door, which is shown in the second season of the show. And in the office, you just have this counter area with a few drawers with some papers on it, some papers hung up on the wall. You have this bookshelf, and you have this desk with a typewriter, and then just an office chair, and that basically wraps up the interior. But basically, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check out the other parts to this collaboration. Remember, the link will be in the description. And as always, leave a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss another upload, and I'll catch you on the next one.